No, I got to lean in.
Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday night. Thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 4 of this season of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap. We've got your favorite panelists on. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We've got Chase of the famous No Chaser TV live only on YouTube. And we've got Dominique Love Jones of the LA Love Joneses joining us tonight to recap this episode. Love, how are you doing, baby?
I am fabulous. As long as
I
Kyle
love it.
is miserable, I'm happy.
There we go. We're on the same page. We've seen each other for 2 seasons and we'll continue to see each other. You look good. You look good. Hello, Chase.
You know, when anybody say you look good, I always, you look good, bitch. That's what we.
You look good.
You look good.
look good.
You
That's
look
right.
good. You look good. Chase, you were doing your thing over there on No Chaser TV. You staying on top of Married to Medicine, staying on top of them recaps, stay on. Are they wearing you out over there?
Mm.
We just had a happy hour, and I literally just got done fighting, and so I just really hope that you guys are gonna be cool, calm, and collected over here because I'm tired.
Ooh.
Well, no promises because you've been on panels with us before. So, so I see we've got some of our regulars already in the chat. We've got Amanda K. Hello, Cheryl, Latasha, MJ, Alicia, Sean, who literally does not miss an episode. She is our de facto moderator on this chat. So if you get it popping, Sean is going to ask you to leave. And she'll make sure you get blocked from this channel. Sean, thank you so much for joining us today. We've got April. I want to say I logged in a couple of minutes early just to make sure my credentials and stuff were still working. And Miss April was here about 15 minutes before. So, April, thank you so much for joining the stream live and for commenting early. We love you guys. If you've been joining us the past couple of years, you know that this year has been a little light for us after the crazy season we had at the tail end of 2023 and beginning of 2024. I think we were doing no less than 5 or 6 shows a week. So thank you guys so much for allowing us the little 3 or 4 month sabbatical we had over the summer. Thank you guys for coming back and joining us. If you follow us, you know that we are still taking it a little light, which is why if you go to No Chaser TV, you will see that Chase is reviewing some of the shows that we have opted to say, we're going to rest a little bit on those. So if you like Married to Medicine, Chase, what tell the people what else you were reviewing over there on No Chaser TV.
We're doing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Married to Medicine. We just wrapped up Orange County. So, yeah, we got it going on. And then we have our Hot Topics Tea Sesh happy hour every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. Eastern.
So if you guys like those shows that we are not covering, go over to No Chaser TV, subscribe to him. He has a bunch of familiar faces popping up on some of his recaps. So if you miss us, if you're going through withdrawals, hop on over there. You will probably see some of us recapping these things as we continue. We are wrapping up this year, another crazy, crazy year, not necessarily the season, but the year. So before we get into it, I just want to tell you guys, we may not have seen a whole lot of each other this year, but I'm very, very happy that you are back on this panel and helping me recap because the way we talk the same shit about the same people on these shows, it warms my soul. And Feliz Navidad to you and yours. Uh, so let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. Y'all did not come to hear us gab about anything other than these crazy rich white women and Garcelle and Bose. So let's go. So we start the episode off with the same fight that I'm still very much on Dorit's side for. The episode picks up at the dinner where we left off. Dorit is still very much on it with Kyle. She's not letting her go. It's like a pit bull with a bone. Kyle is still playing stupid. Kyle is still not understanding why Dorit's mad. At this point, they're arguing semantics. I told the joke. I didn't think it was a joke. Well, it was a joke. Well, I didn't feel like it was. Well, it was, and I don't care if you didn't feel like it. So it's getting a little bit annoying, and you can tell that everybody at the table is also getting annoying. I love the fact that this entire trip, I think this is their first trip of the season. It's a domestic trip. We see they go on a bigger one later. And it was Kathy's idea, and she essentially set her sister up to get beat up over and over again on camera. And I appreciate that for Kathy. This is what friends of should do. Like I said, Botox buddies are still screaming at each other in front of the other ladies, and Bo's the boss. Dorit is just dead set on her assertion that Kyle takes the most innocuous comments and just like blows them out of proportion. And all the viewers in the congregation said, "Amen." Meanwhile, Kyle is saying that she doesn't do what Dorita's accusing her of, which is pick and pick and pick and pick until somebody finally pops off and makes herself the victim. And the entire congregation also said, "Yes, you do, girl. I don't know what to tell you." Kyle whines that she's been going through a very difficult time in her life with her marriage and losing her best friend. I don't know why she sounded like Audrey Hepburn, sorry, or Catherine Hepburn, but she was, regardless. She was shaky because she was being yelled at. Um, Kyle does love playing the victim, but as we've said multiple times on the show, but Dorit just refuses to be guilted, which we've also seen in prior seasons. As big of a mouth as Dorit has had when it comes to Kyle, it seems like she's always been afraid to really like push her point. And this season, she is pushing her point. Um, she latches on to all four of Kyle's necks and shakes her like a little chew toy. She tags in Erica to prove that Kyle lets Erica skate, and Erica's like, well, I didn't say anything too bad. Kyle does admit I was mad at Erica for the comment she made about my text not being that big of a deal, but she apologized, which is something you never do. We're going to go ahead and end that right there. Chase, what are your thoughts starting this episode off, basically rehashing the exact same thing that they ended last week's episode on?
Well, I like to be honest or keep it real, as you guys like to call it. And so I'm going to have to keep it real. Dorit is absolutely correct and spot on with her assertion, Kyle. It does not pay me to say that because I can say that you're right and care too. I don't want to cuss so much. I can give less than two F's about you, even though you're right. And so, even though Dorit is right, it does not change anything that I've ever said or I've ever felt about Dorit specifically on this platform. Now, all this past weekend, I have been fighting Beverly Hills Twitter in defense of Garcelle, and I will be doing that in just a few moments when we get to that portion of things. But Kyle is a different type of vile. Listen, I understand that you're going through a divorce, but newsflash, I'm going through one too. I understand your man moved out, but newsflash, mine did too. I understand that you got churn. Newsflash, I do too. So then, when the playing field is even, and she can't out guilt trip you, then she throws in her dead best friend just full of razzle dazzle, a little accoutrement. Like, bitch, are you crazy?
Little accoutrement.
Nothing. Not a little
Right,
accoutrement.
right. I'm gonna say, if you and your best friend, you owe me an apology because
Not the
real
best friend.
don't do that to each other. Well, I know your best friend passed away for you. I was there with your man, comforting him when he was allegedly when she passed. So I know that she is going, and I hate that happened to you. So if you are not in the space to deal with this conversation, and if the stuff gets too hot for you, and you're gonna throw your best friend in my face, maybe you need to hold off on having this conversation. You're not equipped to have it. Do not do that to me. I do not like that. I hate that.
At all. Love.
Ooh, totally. A word.
Ooh, that makes me mad.
Such a good point. That is such a good point. Kyle, well, she's a horrible person, so she's never ready to receive anything. But even in this moment, absolutely, she's not going to take it in the correct way. And there's always going to be some type of defense, even with it being like my husband and my version of my Merce in the purse.
I love Mercy the First. Y'all know that.
Don't do Merce like that.
I didn't
He's
mean
an icon.
Merce like that. I didn't mean to do like that, but
Cheryl Leggett. I'm sorry, when you still speaking, please.
Dorit, trash as well. However, she's right. The issues with Kyle, but the thing, I wish Dorit would just land her plane. She landed it once. You don't have to go back and forth with Kyle. Well, at BravoCon, well, Amazon Live, well, we were on Spotify. Well, when I was on TikTok, you don't even have to do all that. All you have to do is stick. She only mentioned it one time. When you're upset with somebody, you punish them. You cut them off. Why don't you tell that person what they did? And Kyle admitted to it slightly. And then after that, it's still semantics. Just land the plane. You already said what it is. That's it. You are horrible at being confronted. You don't handle being, even Sutton said it, you don't handle people being mad at you well. Well, no one does, but you don't at all. Like, you hate looking bad. You hate being the villain. You hate being the odd man out in the situation. So like Chase said, even when it comes down to, well, my husband left me and I don't know, I might be gay and my friend died. It's like, girl, what?
Wait, what's you sliding that?
Like, what?
What did you just say?
He said, my husband left me, I might be gay, and my best friend died. Like, and none of those things are connected. None of those things are connected.
It was all of them things in one. And it's, instead of just being an adult and just being like, okay, you know what? I've been a horrible friend. It's like, that's kryptonite for a housewife, to utter the words, I've been a horrible friend. They would throw their whole family under the bus before that happens. So Kyle will go around the world and back and forth just to not say, I've been kind of trash the last couple of years.
Since the beginning of the show, she's been trash.
Exactly. So the problem is, it's not that Dorit is telling Kyle things that are being done to her and Kyle's not receiving. It's that Kyle has never received, like you said.
Ever.
Baby, newsflash, you didn't just start doing this stuff this past year. This is a pattern of behavior for you. Like, you can take Dorit out and put somebody else in, and it's the same thing. She tried to do this. She was like this with Erica, if you remember a couple of seasons ago when Erica got her and Teddy together. Like, y'all are being really shitty to me. Y'all are being horrible friends to me. Kyle, like Dorit said, and like Love said, and like you said, Chase, Kyle has a problem with taking accountability. And she really does. It's smoke and mirrors. She likes to, look over there, and it's somebody else's also. Dorit has a problem with being succinct and with being specific. But also, when you have a friend like Kyle, you have more than one example of how crappy that they've been to you. So I can understand where she may need a couple of episodes to get her grievances out.
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
Something really quick. I'm sorry. Cheryl in the comments said that she's side-eyeing Bose.
But I digress.
Baby, Cheryl, I'm side-eyeing Bose. I'm putting it on official watch. Like when I was on official with Diana, I put it out there with whoever it is. With Dorit, I said it like I said it. And I'm saying it right here. You're hearing it right now for me. Bose, I got my eyes on you. Because something about this whole thing, you know what it is? It's not necessarily to me how she moved per se during the show. It's this after show that she's been doing that's really been making me like.
Yeah. So far, I have not seen her say anything negative about anybody. She has just been overtly like, yeah, Dorit. Yeah, we're Team Dorit. So we'll see. But let's move on because we can literally spend the whole hour just dragging Kyle. Okay, so just like the rest of us, and how serious this fight has become when neither the party cares that much about the other person, Jennifer Tilly is very confused and also very rich. She came to eat and that's it. Bose also is in agreement, doesn't know what's going on, and goes right back to eating her taco. She remarks in her confessional that what's being argued about is very surface level because when you take off a layer, there is another issue there. When you take off that layer, well, now there's an issue there. And everything that is being spouted at the dinner table seems that it's stemming from stuff that is like seasons and seasons ago, and it's not really the issue that the women are arguing about. And I can agree with this. The problem is Dorit has seen Kyle do these things to other people and other cast members over the years and has kept her mouth shut about it. And now that it's happening to her, she doesn't like that she is on the receiving end. Sutton, yeah. So Sutton hops in and says, yeah, Kyle does like holding a grudge, and tells Kyle to her face, you don't like when people are mad at you. And Kyle says, well, I mean, nobody does. And Sutton says, yeah, well, you really don't like when people are mad at you. And I'm very, very happy that Sutton is sticking it to Kyle, because Chase, I believe you remarked last episode or the episode before that Sutton had issues with Kyle, and this season seems to have just like erased all of them. And I'm just happy that she was like, "We're cool now, but girl, I need to tell you about yourself."
Oh,
Um,
you did say that.
Kyle, you said, "Did I?" Kyle, tired of being humiliated in front of her friends, finally apologizes for being a bitch. Dorit also apologizes, but surprise, Kyle doesn't accept her apology and says that it's not genuine. And honestly, I'm just so tired that the line, in the words of Candace, the line keeps moving. Um, Kyle really quickly shut down Dorit's apology and expected her apology to be taken at face value. But then Carlos King Jr., Garcelle, jumps in and was like,
Oh,
Kyle's right. Kyle's right. Kyle's right. Garcelle is producing. Kyle's right. Saying it just loud enough so the table hears, but not loud enough to feel like she was trying to derail the convo. Um, and I have to say, Dorit talks her a little bit. Dorit walks it like just a little bit. She said, "I'm sorry. What did you say? What'd you say, love?" Then Garcelle was like, "She said, well, I said Kyle was right. You don't know how to apologize."
Oh.
But to Garcelle's defense, she said that about Dorit last season and season before as
I
well.
always said that.
Uh, Dorit says, "Well, I'm actually not surprised that you would say that. Everybody here knows I'm not your favorite person." And Garcelle is like, "Yeah, you're right. You're not. What else is going on? Where do we
Check.
where do we go from here?" The ladies agree to continue hating each other, but forgive each other in the moment. The whole table is really quiet and awkward. And with that, Dorit is like, "Well, I'm gonna go smoke a ciggy," and gets up and leaves the table, thus ending the night. Love. Um, what did you think about Dorit bucking up to Garcelle a little bit? And was Garcelle in the right to put her 2 cents in at this table?
I want to make this very clear in the beginning of the season. Garcelle is always right when it comes to checking Dorit in any capacity moving forward for the rest of her life. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care if she's across the room. I don't care if she wasn't even there. She's getting her get back. Dorit has plenty of comeuppance coming to her when it comes to Garcelle. Okay. I will never forget, and it probably rings in Garcelle's ears throughout the empty hallways of her home. Garcelle, let me finish. That will never go away. That will
Wait,
never
did
go
you say the
away.
empty? Did you
Garcelle,
say
let
the
me
empty hallways?
the
Why would you
empty
say the empty hallways of her home?
because
Why would you say empty?
it rings through because there's a lot of space, there's a lot of square footage when you got the coins. Okay. We're gonna give Garcelle the loud hallways. She always will always have it coming to her. I don't give a damn whether someone was, which no one was talking to Garcelle at all. Not a person needed Garcelle to jump in that conversation. And she randomly said no. It could have been an inner thought said out loud. It might have been. A lot of Garcelle's inner thoughts will be said out loud when it comes to Dorit, and I'm here for it. I think she's giving us what we all wanted her to do within the moment of it happening, but that's okay. Because like my dear sister said earlier, Janie, it's God's timing, right? So we
He's
gonna
all the
let
God I
her
serve. He may not always there when you call, but he is always on time.
listen. We gonna let her do it. I don't give a good damn. Now I do. How many times is Dorit gonna excuse herself out of the room? Like she excused herself out of the room when she got read down at that
You know what? I'm gonna go. Actually,
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
go.
turn in for the night. It's been fun. Girl,
I'm
wait
gonna
a minute.
tune in
We
for the
all came in
night.
together. We all leave together. Why do you get to excuse yourself every time? And there's always Erica like, uh, okay, well, I'll go ahead. I'll walk you out, Dorit. I'll walk you out, girl. Don't wasn't nobody else jumps up and be
Nobody.
like, Dorit, no, don't go.
Don't leave. That's crazy.
No, Dorit,
Bye.
We're
no.
Bye.
we're sisters. We're a sisterhood.
We're a sisterhood. Dorit, no, you just got here. Never, not a nanny housewife ever. She always leaves
Not
it.
even Bose. Bose
Nobody.
is sitting there just like, okay,
What's
this
go?
is cute.
So that's the most I got out of that scene was Dorit doing her famous escape, which now it's a thing. I'm starting to be like, is it going to happen again? You excuse yourself out when it's just too hot. You don't know what to do. It got dead silent after Garcelle was like, she's like, you're not my favorite. She was like, okay. 5 seconds later, I'm going to go. So I'm here for it. I'm here for Garcelle clocking Dorit when she blinks wrong, breathes wrong, and swallows wrong. And I'm also here for Dorit at the same time when it comes to Kyle. She just doesn't land her plane, so they're both stupid. That's all I got.
Jesus, Chase.
Stupid.
Yeah. Let me ask a question just for clarity last week. When Bose...
I ask you.
Yes, is it a coincidence? When Bose and Dorit were having that side conversation last week, Garcelle was upset, correct?
Well, she said, I guess we are unincluded in this conversation. Or no, she asked, are we included in this side conversation?
When she was trying to get on her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, I just had to clarify before I spoke because that has nothing to do with what happened tonight then. Let's go ahead and call out a double standard as a double standard. Why did White Sutton get to be able to interject and relate her experiences to Kyle not apologizing, but Black Garcelle saying no because you don't apologize neither, bitch? Why is that such a big deal?
Yep.
On my
I've seen Twitter, people said she shouldn't have opened her mouth. I was like, but this is Housewives. They all opened their mouths.
And B, did Sutton just not interject 5 minutes before that?
Yep.
Yep.
So what's the difference? And there, my friends, for everybody who was watching, because I made a point to say White Sutton, okay? And then I made it a point to say Black Garcelle, because the thing about having implicit bias, the thing about being racist, casually racist, what I used to call it, soft racism, the thing about all of those things, being microaggressive, all of those things is it's so good. You've been doing it so long. You're so well at it. You're so strong at it. You've been doing it so long at it that you don't even know that you're doing it half the time. That's how good you are. Because why is nobody clocking Sutton for interjecting and helping Kyle through not being able to recognize that she holds grudges by relating an experience of her own as opposed to Garcelle doing the same thing?
Very nice thing. Clock it.
Completely agree. They've been doing it year after year. We sit here every single season. Every single season, we sit here and talk about the Housewives fandom.
And this is why I have to... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, it's frustrating because if everybody sat there and was quiet, then they'd be online complaining. Garcelle's boring. She doesn't ever speak up. She don't have a storyline. Get rid of her. Why is she still there? And they will only say that about her because they've been saying that about her since she started. Even though that lady has talked about her son's drug addiction, she has showcased her struggles with her family, showcased her struggles with her exes. She's launched her own production company. She showed movies that she latched on. She bought a goddamn house. She didn't steal a house like Kyle. She bought a goddamn house. She is doing things that these ladies are not doing, but somehow it's still either doing too little to keep her space on the show or doing too much to keep her space on the show. And the fact of the matter is, she's not and they wanted Anne-Marie back to get another chance. I was like, so this Black woman is not keeping her mouth shut and agreeing with what you want her to agree with. That's what it is. She should be a side character.
That also in itself is racist. Because now we're suggesting another Black woman, and you're only suggesting that Black woman, not because she just so happens to be a Black woman, but you're suggesting that particular Black woman to replace another Black woman so nobody can say, oh, I'm racist for wanting Garcelle to be replaced, when the racism is that you are trying to cover your racism up with another Black woman. We see through all of this. We see through all of that. I have no qualms about calling it how I see it. I feel that it's racist. I feel that it's prejudice. I feel that there's an implicit bias. I feel that way. I have no problem saying that. So if anybody, they don't say that because that's their squares. I'm not speaking for them. I'm not speaking on behalf of the me. I'm speaking on behalf of the me. You hear what I'm saying to you? So if anybody say they want to say, you can direct it to me because that's how I feel about it. So therefore, I have to check myself because the very first episode we did, I said Garcelle getting on my nerves with this Dorit stuff, and then I had to go down a rabbit hole of, you know, Garcelle, please, and Garcelle, and and just laughing at the child, then getting mad at her last season for still holding a grudge with the ladies, and it's been over a year. Then the whole attack thing. We could go every season. There is more than one thing that Dorit has done or said that affects her.
Yep.
So
yep.
I have to check myself because as a casual, if I didn't watch it, I'd be like, why she ever picking on this lady? She deserve it.
Every time.
Now, did y'all clock? Let me move on from that before I get pissed off for real. Did y'all clock how when Sutton said, well, you do hold grudges or whatever like that, you do like to punish people, the camera cut to Kathy?
Oh, it did? Oh, I didn't catch that.
You know, like Kathy don't speak for years when they fall out. They had to speak because of the show, but if it wasn't for the show, they wouldn't have spoken after the whole, her calling the DJ the F word. So, you know, they wouldn't have spoke after that. So, how you do that. And Dorit, y'all have clocked Dorit. There's nothing much more to say about that. But what I will say is if I just had to watch it and give it to a girl who ate a girl, yeah, Garcelle brought it up, but Dorit ate her ass up. That's all I got to say. Like, Dorit ate her up. In my opinion.
Next case.
Dorit ate her up, in my opinion.
Yeah. And here's the thing. People want to say that Garcelle likes to throw stones and then play the victim. I have not seen a single instance where if she starts something and someone responds, that she gets upset. This instance, when Dorit came back and ate her up, if Garcelle had said it like, oh wow, what did I do? What did I say? I would have no problem saying like, Garcelle, you in there playing producer because it's what she's doing. So, but Garcelle ate her up right back and said like, I don't care for you. Where do we go from here? There we go.
Yeah, she's like, I just want to make it known that I don't agree.
Yeah, I just want to make it known.
Conversation.
And she can do that too because again, it's been 5 years of a bunch of bullshit between the two of them at this point. And that's what I have been wanting, you know, Jamie, for sure. We've been doing this show for like 3 or 4 years now. And I've been saying my problem with Garcelle is that she's so passive aggressive and doesn't just walk it like she talk it and stand on her. And so I cannot come for her for being this way this season.
Exactly. So before I move on to the last thing, people seem to be on Dorit's side for recounting years and years of Kyle being messy and passive aggressive and not being a good friend. And somehow they're like, yes, absolutely, Dorit is right. But Garcelle is mad at Dorit for years and years of Dorit being passive aggressive and microaggressive and little things. And somehow Garcelle is in the wrong for harboring onto that grudge. If Garcelle's in the wrong, Dorit's got to be in the wrong too. Like, we can't have one person being upset at a friend and another person being a villain. Like, it's just not going to happen. Anyway, next morning, the ladies are all getting dressed for the day. Jennifer Tilly is cracking his... Oh, Chase.
There's a commenter who is a longtime commenter and a friend to our show, Durga. Durga says, the reviewers are really missing the mark and lack nuanced thinking in this situation, and I would love for them to either further clarify what they're referring to in regards to the nuance that the viewers are lacking in the comment section, or give us a call at the end so we can
so Durga, because I see that you definitely have some strong feelings about what Dorit is doing, so just clarify maybe in the comments, are we the reviewers that are lacking the nuance? Are you talking about when we said like Twitter people who are reviewing the show are painting Garcelle as the bully? Definitely let us know in the comments or call in at the end so we can discuss this. We're open to all combos.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Boz is talking to her daughter. Sutton and Garcelle, producers of the year, are recapping the night. And this is why I'm calling them producers, because both of them are like, girl, what happened last night? Did you see that? That was crazy. Did you see how I ate Kyle up? Did you see how I did this? Both are cackling boots. And I know that every time those cameras are down, they both go into a room together and was like, girl, we ate them bitches up. We ate them bitches up. I am loving that they both, because we've seen this with previous Housewives. You know that before every season, certain people will get together and say, like, we're having a takedown season of this person. And it's you see this group, Fox Force 5, moving funny, and you're like, I don't understand why all of a sudden everybody is 5-on-1. Garcelle and Sutton got a hit to what these people's games are, and they have their own little meetings, and they're like, bet, break. This is what we're doing. We're having a recap at the end of every single episode.
Period.
Dorit shows up in Erica's room. She's still seething. She smoked half a damn pack of Virginia Slims right before heading over, smelling like a casino. Erica does understand. His teeth, yellow skin, looking like a paper bag. Not a brown one, though, an orange one. Erica understands where Dorit is coming from, though. She says, I get being angry and spouting off when you're going to a divorce. Look how I was acting when Tom left me. I was like, well, you were also acting like that because you frauded elderly people and had multiple lawsuits. But sure, we'll go with it. Jennifer Tilly is with Kyle and Kathy, and Jennifer Tilly, by the way, I'm going to continue calling her Jennifer Tilly for the remainder of the show. It's not Jen, it's not Tilly, it's Jennifer Tilly.
I love it.
I laughed so hard at this because Jennifer Tilly was like, well, I feel bad for saying it, but I was thoroughly entertained by you getting your ass beat last night. And Kathy was like, yeah, it was. I was like, should I jump in or just let them go at it? And Kyle's looking there like,
what?
And Kathy's even in on the mess because she was like, well, you know what, Kyle, I think you should probably talk to Dorit again. I was like, oh, Kathy, you really are setting this lady up to get it. Boom, boom, boom. He's beaten up over and over.
Bitch apart. That's Kathy. Tear the bitch apart.
Tear the bitch apart. The ladies are all meeting down in the lobby. Kyle is doing too much and trying to avoid Dorit. She's being obnoxiously avoidant, making faces at the camera, rolling her eyes or whatever. I'm like, girl, that pack of cigarettes is not worried about you. Dorit is unconcerned with what you were doing, lady. I hate her so much. Kathy takes them outside. They got
That's what I see.
I hate her. Kathy takes them outside. They got chauffeured beach carts. I liked that Garcelle and Bose got a chance to ride in the carts together. They're recapping the last time. Bose is like, have y'all ever gone on a yacht like as a group? And Garcelle was like, girl, yeah. The last time we got on, Erica mixed pills and liquor and was throwing her cat at anybody who would see it. And then we get a recap of Erica slurring her speech and falling all over that boat. And I was like, good times. Good times. They get to the boat. The ladies all remark how beautiful the boat is, and Sutton remarks how beautiful the captain is. And I love that. I love that Sutton is in her horny area. Before lunch, we see Bose and Garcelle are like taking modeling pictures of each other. Garcelle is taking pics of Bose and is like, yeah, pose this way. I was like, yes, like I need this to be fleshed out more. I want to see the two of them together, and I hope, just like you, Chase, that we don't get any bullshit on the side with that. And I really hope that the budding friendship with Dorit doesn't derail them, because last season we saw Garcelle was not the biggest fan of Anna Marie, and still to this day really don't see it for that lady. Love, what did you think of this little package?
I thought it was cute, and it's actually hilarious. Damn, I guess Garcelle going after Erica too. That was the most unnecessary comment I feel like anybody pulled out thus far this season. I said, well, wait a minute. I mean, she didn't lie, but the way she painted it was just, my God. Pills, liquor, and she had her cat out everywhere. It was like...
It was production showing Erica like, Garcelle, can you go? I was like, God damn. Don't pee on the new girl. That's Erica,
go Garcelle, go pee. And why are you telling her to do stuff anyway? Yeah, it's just Chase. I feel sometimes. I'm telling you, Garcelle. Why? Do they all say her name the same way? I'm sorry. Back to the package. I thought it's cute. Yeah. I don't really have much for it. I do want. Well, first of all, I love Boz and her daughter. I think I can't wait till we actually see them really get into like the sniggles and giggles of it. Honestly, everything they show of her just seems great. It's refreshing. She seems like she's really easygoing as far as like her little moments here and there. So I do like Boz's little packages as far as that's inserted, but it was cute. Didn't get too much out of it outside of Garcelle reading Erica for filth. For the new viewers that have never watched the show before, with a fresh set of eyes that don't know who Erica Jane is, I love that nugget. I love it. Amazing.
Chase.
The only thing I got out of that is Sutton's hurting for a squirting. And,
She's menopausal, so I don't know how. Never mind. We're fine. As soon as the
move on.
As soon as the food is brought out, Sutton wastes no time reigniting the conversation last night. So, speaking of mess between friends that have been together for a couple of years, Dorit, you still mad at Kyle? I love it. We ain't wasting no time. The two of them, they really don't talk about much new, except just like all of a sudden having a battle of who could like fake cry over the demise of their relationship the most. Um, Kyle and Garcelle or tip out. Garcelle's like, Kyle, like, come talk to me over here. Let's go to the other part of the boat. And Sutton's like, Dorit, let's go over to the other part of the boat. And I love it. Again, production, we have a meeting. Let's go. Um, Sutton lends support to, and I say support very loosely because Sutton don't care about that lady. She just likes being right. She lends support to Dorit about her divorce. Garcelle is still focusing on the feud with Kyle, asking like, that's nuts. I can't believe Dorit called you that. That's crazy. But then the convo quickly turns to Garcelle. Taking a little break from production, just kind of talking about she's in this weird space of her life. Her kids are pretty much grown. They're almost out of the nest. She's single. She's really focusing on work, but she doesn't know what's next for her as a woman. And I really like that she's getting emotional. I hate that she's getting emotional in front of Kyle. But, given her and Kyle's history, um, okay, cool. Find somebody else, girl, just not Kyle. But in pure Kyle fashion, looking horrible in direct sunlight, she flips the conversation into all of her woes and all of her troubles. It's all about Kyle. Garcelle got a whole 25 seconds talking about herself. Kyle is like, absolutely, I was a lesbian for a minute and that was rough on my cooter. My husband left me. He's having the time of his damn life. My kids really don't fuck with me. The one that still does, it's because she ain't moved out yet and I pay her bills. Like, they don't want to come over for dinner.
The dogs hate
My
me.
scratchy voice ex doesn't want me talking about him. Like, it's a mess. My life is in shambles. And Garcelle's like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, we're going through things. Um, she was just going on and opining about how, like, this is not what she imagined her life at 87. And she's kind of trying to reset herself and figure out, like, where she
What?
goes. 87 is what she looked like. She looked like Brandy Glanville and her face peeling off. She dreamed a dream of time gone by when hope was high and life was worth living. And now she's manless, childless, womanless, friendless, and if I had my way, jobless next year. I hate this lady. Dorit remarks that she and Sutton have never really been close, and I'm like, you're still not, toots. But she likes to see that Sutton is offering her support during her rough time, and I was like, it's only for the cameras, girl. But yeah, do your show. Um, Garcelle brings up that it's weird that PK and Mo are so close, while Dorit and Kyle aren't. And Kyle, once again, can't wait to make it about herself, and she was like, Dorit, yeah, PK text me too. It was given very like, what was it? Atlanta? Roger Bob. I dated him too.
Oh yeah.
And Garcelle is like, oh, yes. Oh, that's nuts. That's crazy. So we'll end that right there. She's foaming at the mouth. She cannot wait to talk to Sutton about this mess. Chase, what do you got?
When she found that out, she said, and there was a fucking storyline.
Goes our storyline.
I ain't got nothing. I don't feel bad for nobody in this. I'm sorry, I don't.
I hate everybody.
I mean,
Love.
well, I actually looked up how much those Hermes towels were that were laying down.
She was gonna steal them towels. That is so tacky. I mean, I would have, but I'm
I
cool.
would have took a dip in the water, came out, had the towel around me, went to the crafts table, ate, drank, walked out with production, not even noticing. The towel would have stayed around my waist the whole time. It was $730 per towel, and I
Oh, you
saw
Googled
4.
it? Ooh.
I think that was Kathy. I don't know.
Well, change.
She wasn't sure if it was the yacht or if it was something that Kathy brought. I think that's something that Kathy would bring, but I digress.
Yeah. I mean,
I
if it
don't.
was Kathy, then it would be Trump change, emphasis on the Trump.
It was absolutely nothing to her at all. I don't really have much for this. Let me see. Nah, not really. Don't really.
All
Don't
right.
really.
Well, we get a little package of Bose talking about her fine ass man. And I really, really love that she is dating. She was very much my man, my man, my man. And I love the way she talks about him. It's very like, yes, he's checking all the boxes. This man, like, I didn't see myself with this man, but he, you know, he was somebody's uncle. And I'm like, I don't date uncles. I was like, I know that's right. Like, you're rich, you're beautiful, you're successful. Like, you better date a younger man. But apparently, this man did it for her. And she mentioned after the death of her husband, like dating was kind of the last thing on her mind. Obviously, she had a child that she was looking to raise. But then more importantly, she said that men were often intimidated by her success, which I can 100% believe. She's a woman who has been the CEO, CFO, all the other FOs of multi-billion dollar global and domestic corporations, all before the age of 40. The lady is the definition of a boss. And I can understand why men would be intimidated. But then Jennifer Tilly jumps in and gives a little tidbit about Bose's. Bose was saying the last guy she dated was kind of a liar, kind of, you know, a scam artist, and didn't really elaborate. And Jennifer Tilly was like, "No, we would go to dinner and I would give him my credit card to make it look like he paid for dinner." And I'm like, one, Jennifer Tilly is rich. Two, Bose is rich. So, like, why are you giving that man your credit card? The thing that I got out of it was Jennifer Tilly and Bose actually hang out and have hung out outside of the show. And I'm loving this because it's been a while since Housewives, particularly Beverly Hills, has had friends of that aren't family that have like actual genuine connections
Exactly.
To the ladies. So I hope we see more of Tilly and Bose's friendship. But Bose is kind of looking at her like, yeah, you you didn't have to say all that, but okay, yeah, like he was a scam artist. So I'm
Yeah.
very happy that she finds a man or has found a man that is adding to her happiness, given the fact that she's seen such great success. They leave the boat, and everybody's playing matchmaker because Sutton's kitty cat sweater is purring on that yacht. I find it Sutton one is me will see somebody that's attractive and I will tell my friend and I will act like that man does not exist. I don't know how to flirt. And neither
Ah,
that Sutton's like, oh my God, he's so fine. I would drag my snail across that man's face. Like he looked like alien Romulus at the time I'm done with him. And Dorit's like, I'm gonna talk to him. And Sutton's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Don't. The guy comes up and says, hi, how are you? I'm fine. That is me. That's how I flirt. So they all have this plan. Dorit's going to give the phone to the man. Kathy Hilton drops down and probably drops that man $100 and is like, "Yo, go pick up Sutton. Her legs don't work. You know, she's got
that was
atrophy
cute
or
though.
whatever's going on."
That was cute.
So Sutton, God bless her, gets picked up by this man and like put down, and I'm like, "Good for her. Good for her. I love this. Good for her." So that was the end of the boat ride. Nobody got thrown over. So great. Does anybody have anything to want to add with this? Pace, you ever been picked up by a man because you were too scared to?
Oh my
Ooh.
God, absolutely.
Ooh. wait for the lean after dark. Put it in the
This
chat.
is Chase at night. Chase at night.
I mean,
Chase
have I been
at
picked up
night.
I've been picked up by a man of 120 pounds, and I've been picked up by a man By a man at 220 pounds, catch that dirt.
Ooh,
That's
delicious.
what you really got it going on.
Ooh.
But I also don't flirt well anymore. And let me tell you something. When I get on a date, I am a horrible first dater because a lot of people see my personality amongst friends or I'm shooting the shit with you guys up here. And so I'm like, do they still want on a date? Like they're asking on a date. And it's like they want me to still be myself and da da da. And so I'm like, well, maybe I should be a more subdued version of myself
Yeah.
to show serious chase. And then it doesn't really go much anywhere else after that. So I've been having to figure out how to date is what I've been working on.
Ooh, that
It sucks.
I could
It
teach a
sucks.
master class in flirting. I've been a flirt 101 grade A connoisseur since like 8th grade. It just comes off natural to me. It like rolls off my tongue. You know what I'm saying?
We're starting a new show to all the viewers out there. Dominique will be teaching love lessons from the lean. Official, stay tuned. Love. That's called the Love Hour with
The love
Delilah.
hour.
I don't do that well. I do well. Like I'm great at flirting for like 5 minutes, and then I'm ready to do the other F. So
You got a 5-minute
My
timer,
God.
and that's it.
Look, there ain't nothing wrong with it. Sutton probably was like, yeah, I'm a millionaire. If I was rich, that would be my pickup line. Like, girl, you don't need to know what's going on. I'm a millionaire.
So
let's go.
So
Let's go. All right. So the ladies all gather for dinner. And everybody looks really great except for Kyle, who's dressed like a drunken best man at the tail end of the wedding.
What was going on?
She got a tuxedo shirt.
Kyle looking like a little engine that could. She looked like a damn train conductor. She looked absolutely
not a train conductor.
She looked stupid, like her face.
She looked like she was about to go sing in the rain. I hate her so bad.
Kyle, God, she annoys me.
They sit down. They're talking about nude photos, and apparently Kathy Hilton is a grade A freak. And I about canceled my Sling subscription. Get the old lady off the TV. I don't want to see that.
She said, my nudes are behind a passcode. Try me, ho.
Absolutely. Good for Kathy Hilton, but let's be honest. They're not Kathy. That face is pulled tighter than anything, and I imagine there's other parts of your body who have also been lifted. Ooh. There's no entry in either of the... Let's continue.
Oh, yeah.
Kathy is asking Garcelle about her love life. Garcelle says that she's in love with life. Sutton says she has no man. I'm like, God damn, Sutton.
Real friends.
Real friends. And that's what I got from that, because Garcelle was like, oh, bitch, you okay. And that's how you know these ladies cackle it up outside the show, and they both know that they both suck at dating.
So cute, and they can do it together.
Yes, I love it. Because then Garcelle takes a point in her confessional to drag Sutton. It was like, that lady show up on dates talking about her skinny legs wearing cat sweaters. Like, girl, like, I'm very good. I'm very good. We a different kind of lonely, but trust me, I could if I wanted to. The dinner is going a little bit too nicely, and Garcelle sees that, so she decides to fuck some shit up a little bit. And she asks Dorit, why did you post a video from Teddy's Instagram page when you said you don't like Teddy? And I was like, how was this pertinent to the conversation? But yes, why did we do that? She hates, the only thing she hates more than Garcelle is Teddy.
Yo!
And any chance she gets to drag either of them, she's going to take it. Dorit says, well, you know, Teddy is my friend, but we're not close. And we get a flashback from a deleted scene from last night where her and Kyle have a conversation where, yo, you're friends with Teddy, but you said you and Teddy aren't close. And Dorit's like, we're not. Like, I don't know that broad. And Kyle's like, y'all are best friends. She's like, I don't know her. Kyle and Erica kind of look at each other and both are like, that's not what she said last night. And we get flashback packages of multiple versions of whatever story Dorit is trying to sell about her relationship with that lady who had sex with the horse trainer. Garcelle's not buying it.
His mouth.
Mr. Ed. Dorit starts stuttering. I was like, "Yeah, you don't like Teddy. You said you didn't like Teddy." Dorit's getting flustered. She's screaming, and Garcelle sitting back, just like, mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's nuts. That's nuts. Sutton is probably about 3 Grey Goose martinis in because she's like, "I'm game," and everybody's like, "Christ, Sutton, like not you." So she gets up, and the game is just her reading a love letter that she doesn't remember writing. And so she looks on her iPhone 5S and she can't read it. So she's trying to remember what she wrote. Something about a sisterhood. And I'm like, not that one. Um, the rest of the women are cackling or laughing. Sutton seems to take a little bit of offense.
Yeah.
They're like, "This ain't no damn sisterhood," and Sutton is like, "No, I love you guys, and let's all just be friends and talk to each other's faces, and let's just love each other." And I'm like, "This is going to last 2 episodes. You are going to piss somebody off." Um,
It lasted one. The same episode. What the hell?
Less than 5
What do
minutes.
you mean? It lasted
Love,
one
what did you think of this?
Me?
Oh God.
Love. So
Oh,
she said it lasted 5 minutes.
it lasted
Yeah,
2.5.
it lasted 5 minutes. I get what she was trying to do, and this is where Bose pisses me off because on the after show, Bose said that Sutton is trying to position herself in the group as the person that everyone comes to and looks up to, aka being the nucleus, being the neutral party. But Bose, if you would
Oh,
have taken some time to realize the circle that you entered, she is kind of the de facto one that kind of everybody likes at the moment. Not so much likes, but out of the core. And now the core has been established as Garcelle, Sutton, Kyle, Dorit, and Erica. Sutton kind of can bounce in between all of the ladies in the factions to a degree, right?
Right.
And so she kind of de facto is. So when she said that, it just made me side eye her like, are you looking for an issue with Sutton because
no.
you're used to being the boss? Because she said that leadership is quiet and leadership leads. It doesn't make a big deal and a big stink about being a leader. And I never once heard her say that she was trying to be the leader. I saw her attempting to mend fences in between some parties that have pretty deep rooted, deep seated issues
Yeah.
Right.
each other that actually do not matter in the long grand scheme of things. But that is why I'm side eyeing Bose because Bose not only allowed herself to get swept up and caught up in the rapture, not of Anita Baker, but by Dorit, okay? But also now she's making these comments about Sutton. So it leads me to believe that there's a dust up between the two of them that may happen later on in the season. But why? The thing about people when they say that kind of stuff is they are mad at the person, whoever the leader is, because they want to be the leader.
Yeah, that's
Because
unfortunate. I haven't been watching the after show, so it makes sense. Sutton's known Bose for a while and brought her in. But if it makes for good TV, I'll allow it.
I watch it, but I'm just saying I'm side eyeing her for that, not because she's
Yeah,
letting Doris use her as the only as her first black friend.
yeah,
Um,
and not hired help, like she so eloquently stated 2 seasons ago. She has
mm,
colored help.
clock it,
Yeah.
clock it. Other than
Dominique, what
that,
about you? Oh, sorry.
oh yeah, I
Not
just
I
want to
cut
say
your
really
show.
quick.
Sorry.
No, it's a little radio show. Um, about Garcelle. Now, I got to be honest with you. That annoyed me. But again, it was Dorit and it was Teddy. So I'm going to go ahead and step aside and let her do her thing.
Oh, God.
However, like, are we so mad and so nitpicky to the point that we're willing to call out somebody for an Instagram retweet? Like, what if she doesn't like Teddy Mellencamp, but is a big fan of John Cougar Mellencamp and loves a little ditty between Jack and Diane? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about that. I don't know. You can choose your battles a little better, is what I would say.
Agreed. Dominique.
Gosh, I'm just so not mature enough yet for it. I want to. God. Okay. I think we're just not used to Beverly Hills. I think Garcelle just turned on her Atlanta switch. I'm sorry, y'all. That's honestly what's happening. You don't even have to do nothing. You don't even have, the other girl cannot even look in your direction. And Nene's gonna be like, girl, I know she did not walk in here looking like a water horse. Like, we gotta get used to unnecessary, random, uncalled for, oh, you walked in the room, I hate you. Now, granted, Dorit, you gotta catch it. Why are you letting someone that doesn't like you even ask you anything and you answered? I'd be like, hold up, Garcelle. Am I not your favorite person? Why are you asking me anything?
That's true. I got to give you that love.
Okay.
Because I know you're not talking to me.
Dorit didn't catch it. She was like,
who said that? What housewife said that? You cannot talk to me. You cannot talk to me.
Cannot talk to me. We said that.
Who said it?
Nene.
Oh,
Nene.
Princess, you cannot talk to me.
Right. And Chase, Dorit could have easily caught it, but no, she was like, oh, me? Oh, well, I actually was tagged in it, and then I went on my Instagram story, and I was like, why are you?
Wait, let's check ourselves, guys. Let's check ourselves. Because it is petty, but in the long scheme of things, is Dorit a hypocrite?
Hell
yes. I'll allow it. And like Garcelle so eloquently stated, she said, I haven't heard Teddy's name mentioned this much in years. I know Teddy now. Teddy's gonna be so tickled.
Gagging.
Teddy's gonna love that we're talking about her.
Like, girl.
She hates that lady so bad. But I fell out when Garcelle was like, I'm sure John Cougar Mellencamp, one of the biggest rock stars of our generation, needs Dorit's retweet.
Neck. She will not stay off her neck, and I'm okay with it. It's even been even the moment earlier, even on the first episode when Kyle walked out in the party. Remember when she walked up to Garcelle for no reason and was like, "Oh my God, Dorit, I just don't know who she is." Garcelle's like, "What's wrong, Kyle?" And she was like, "Dorit just keeps talking." Garcelle's like, "Yeah, I know, but what else? What else is new?" I was like,
she's like, "Give me something else. Like, give me something else."
Dorit ain't even in the room. Look, we gonna have to let it ride, y'all. We gonna have to let it ride. She gonna have to. Dorit's getting shaped up this season. It's only 4 episodes in. Maybe the energy might kind of, go away. But I'm Stevie Wonder when it comes to Garcelle and Dorit. I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't see it. Go on, girl. And Boz looks great. Fashionista of the season. Nobody else is dressing better than Miss Boz. I don't care.
Money.
Outfit. She's looking cute. Dorit looked good in that blue jumpsuit too.
Dorit's been looking good in her confessionals.
Cute. That was cute. Yeah.
You know who hasn't looked good?
It was like a navy blue, like pantsuit set. I said jumpsuit, sorry. It was like a navy blue, like pantsuit set. And then remember Sutton kind of had like a Japanese kind of themed with her hair kind of up.
Sutton looked good.
She looked good.
I love Sutton on the boat, actually.
Oh, on the boat, she looked
good.
I like on the boat.
All right. Let's finish this up because we run a little low. Guys, I am putting in our comments the link to the live. We're going to take a couple of calls tonight. The chat is popping, as it always is with Beverly Hills. So let's end up this episode really quick and we'll take some calls. Like Love said and like Shay said, we didn't have to wait 2 episodes. It happened in 5 minutes. Sutton done pissed Dorit off on the Sprinter van on the way to the airport. Sutton, with a bottle of Grey Goose right between her tiny legs, pours herself a strong drink and tells the ladies, I was going to let it go, but now that I think about it, I'm actually kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't respect me last night. I was trying to form a bond. I was trying to speak my heart, and I don't think y'all got the gist of it. And everybody was like, no, bro, we get it. It's fine. And this is how I know her and Garcelle have won a real friendship, but talk before the season, because Garcelle was like, but y'all didn't hear her. She was talking about really people need to be accountable. Let's bring things out in the open. People need to be called on it. Not enough of this behind the back. And Sutton's like, yeah, y'all need to let me talk. Let me say what I gotta say, my piece. Drunk, slurring all over the thing. And for some reason, Erica gets brought into it. Why did you whisper something to Kyle while Dorit was speaking about the girl that Kyle knew and Erica, why did you? And I'm like, that wasn't a complete sentence, but okay, yeah, we'll go with it. And Erica is like, I don't know what we're talking about, but okay. Somehow Dorit makes it about herself and was like, well, I just want the record to show I love Teddy. Teddy and I are great friends. Kyle jumps in and is screaming. Kyle is screaming like, girl, that is not what you said. And everybody starts yelling at each other. Dorit is hot. Erica's hot. The same combo is getting rehashed, but now they're like fighting with each other. Dorit is focused on her being friends with Teddy, and Garcelle again is like, girl, that's not what we're talking about. Stop saying Teddy's name, because if you say it too many times, she'll appear, and I don't want that. We're talking about not talking behind people's backs. And then Sutton and Dorit get into it, screaming at each other.
That was chaotic.
Rita's like, Sutton, I don't like how you and Sutton says, oh, no, you are not going to yell at me. No. They start screaming at each other. The whole thing, they stop. They're moving. People are getting off the van. Dorit's like, you raise your voice at me. She's like, you're not going to talk to me like that. Dorit's like, well, maybe I should just go. And I lost my shit when Sutton just looks at Dorit and says, well, go. Go. I'm like, oh, this bitch is sauced. She's sauced.
Go.
Sauced up. I'll allow it. The episode ends. God bless Garcelle and Sutton, and Garcelle and Sutton only, because keep the chaos coming, ladies. Chase.
I think that Dorit was trying to get her point across, but her point was not the other lady's point. And that's what it is. That was the long and the short of it. They're trying to say that Erica was being rude by coming for you. They were actually trying to get you and Erica to fight.
Yep.
You being so self-absorbed in your units.
Yep.
Was like, well, actually, I love me some Teddy.
Some Teddy.
We were like, wait, what?
And Kyle was like, no, you don't. I wish Kyle would have been Nene Lee, because I hear just Nene scream, no, you don't, bitch. You don't love I love Teddy, bitch. You don't love Teddy, bitch. I could just, God, if there was ever a moment I wish
you don't.
You don't love Teddy, bitch. Because that's what Kyle wanted to say. Now, I do love that a couple of great gooses in, as you said. Sutton was like, let me tell y'all something. Okay,
Listen. Y'all not gonna play on my top too much longer.
Listen, she had that bottle between her legs like Meat Mill had them French fries on his. Like she said,
I'm telling each and every one of you bitches.
I hate that picture.
But I think that's what it was. It was a communication issue, but that highlights my issue with Dorit. Even if she understood, she did not acknowledge. I understand that y'all are saying that she's talking about me, but I just want to make it very clear that that's not what I was saying about Teddy. We're not close, but I'm not saying that I don't like her. Just because we're not close does not mean that I don't like her. But acknowledge someone's point before you change the topic of conversation amongst the group conversation, which is something she does do. It's like a wrecking ball and makes everything about her. Then I did not hear Sutton raise her voice at Dorit first. Dorit has a modulation issue, a pitch issue, but she bring them issues down. I'm so glad that she was not talking to me, because she would have talked to me like, and it would have been, oh, no, ma'am. It just would have been a fight. Right? Ma'am, that ma'am shit, you have to cut that ma'am and that no and all of that. Does not work with a woman like you. Cut her to the white meat. I know you need to go yell at PK like that, bitch. You need to go. That's how you need to go yell in Maurice's apartment, like Mauricio apartment like that, but you can't yell at me like that. Boom.
Listen.
Love.
Dorit got one more time to yell at somebody like that. I don't know why y'all let this woman get that off. I don't know why. And it's always such a defining yell. And then there's always a Kyle in the background making some type of face like she wants to go viral again. We're over your facial expressions, Kyle. That's not a thing. That's so 2012.
Surprised it can still move.
Like, stop trying to make us care about your reactions. That's not a thing. Dorit, that was right next to that woman. She wasn't across the seat. She wasn't standing up in front of her. She was directly next to her yelling like that. And Chase, you're right. Sutton never raised her voice. Sutton doesn't have to raise her voice. Ever. She'll talk to you calm like this and be like, name them. Name them. Just
drunk,
name them.
Drunk too.
Sutton's talking to Dorit.
Drunk.
She is a buffet worker. Ma'am, I did not.
Ma'am.
Look, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Please.
Not even a peer. You're right. She didn't say miss. She said, ma'am. Excuse me.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Ma'am has like inflections like bitch. Like bitch. You know, like ma'am. Yeah, that was a ma'am.
Like you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Dorit's a psychopath. I don't understand how you got those wires that crossed. Like, why would you? How did you not understand? You like she never picks up what someone's throwing ever. I was so thrown off. I was like, well, wait a minute, Dorit. Calm down. You need to relax. Who are you mad at? Like,
she don't know
what's happening. Take a second. And then Sutton was like, you can get the hell out of my sprinter.
It wasn't even her sprinter.
Right.
Well, go.
You can leave. You know what I'm saying?
Leave.
You can go.
You can leave.
Go. Garcelle and Sutton probably have a secret pact. Like you said, let's whack-a-mole Dorit as much as we can this season.
I loved it.
How far it goes.
I loved it. Because Dorit said, Garcelle said, my drunk friend's not explaining herself very well. So let me jump in. This is what we talking about, bitch. Y'all do too much this behind the scenes and not enough this. Let's light it up.
Let's go.
There's a viral video that I love. It's a young black little girl, sweet little girl, and she let that little girl know across from her. Because, see, when I'm gone, you want to do all of this. But when I come around, don't nobody want to post up.
That's what Garcelle said. Sutton didn't have the words. All right, but we got some callers in the queue. Let's go ahead and run it a little over time. So we will bring on these callers. Looks like our first caller is going to be Demisio. Hey. Now, Demisio.
Hey, great show. Y'all had me cracking up in the back of the waiting. Oh my goodness. But I just want to start with now when the show first started, I was wondering why Sutton was wearing Dorit out the way that she was doing in the after show, and seeing the end of this episode, now I see why, because she was trying to defend your dumb ass, Dorit, and you attacking her. Now I see why she whacking you the way that she whacking you. You just slow. Like y'all said,
you slow.
Not catching it. It's just like talk too much. That's a problem. Talk too much and yell too much. I'm like, you love. How is she still getting away with this? I don't get it. Now on to Kyle and Dorit. Now, granted, y'all, I can't stand neither one of them, especially Brooke Logan. Kyle. I cannot stand that lady. Oh, y'all don't. I cannot stand her. But Kyle will gaslight Jesus if she could. It's just like.
Now, are you sure you got the nails in your hand? Are you sure? Because I'm having a hard year, Jesus. I was also figuratively.
Born in the manger? Are you sure it was a manger?
Like, because goodness, it's just like. This is why I'm Team Dorit when it comes to her and Kyle, because it's like Kyle doesn't have the emotional intelligence to just say why she's upset with Dorit when we all know what the problem is. You were mad because she told you, which was some true shit, that you need to kind of hear Kathy out, because it's not all Kathy. You're a part of the problem as well, and there's nothing wrong with Dorit as your friend to say that to you. And instead of just being real and just telling Dorit, look, you're my friend, you're not Kathy's friend, so you need to be on my side. That's all you gotta say, and we can chalk this up and move on and study bringing up these minuscule, small things to try to make it so big when it's really not that big. Like it's really not. Just say you mad because you felt like she was taking up for Kathy, and I'm your friend. You don't really know Kathy like that. You should be on my side. Whether or not it's childish or not is neither here nor there because it is childish and very high schooly. But just say the truth. It's not that hard, Kyle.
It's
And
easy.
it's just like you're not the only one having a tough time. She's going through a separation as well. So you're not the only one going through a hard time. No, no one is going to give you grace. Did you give Denise grace? Did you give Lisa Vanderpump grace? In fact, you told Lisa Vanderpump when she told you that her brother was dying that everybody is going through stuff. So get over it.
Mm.
So no, we're not going to have any grace for you, Diva. No, we're not. We're not. I'm here for Dorit whacking Kyle every chance she gets. But Kyle is also making great points with Dorit too. Dorit does not know how to just say I'm sorry and actually
That's
mean
true.
it. She says I'm sorry just for the sake of saying I'm sorry, so you can say in the future, well, I did apologize, but did you mean it? Because you're studying repeating the same patterns, and there's nothing wrong with Garcelle jumping in and saying the same thing too. And I'm like you, Chase. I have been fighting tooth and nail on social media defending Garcelle because we all know it's because she black. Sutton jumped in that same conversation and defended Dorit against Kyle, and ain't nobody on social media said a word. But when
Mm.
Garcelle jumped in and
Mm.
defended Kyle, it's a problem. That's
Yep.
some
Mm.
bullshit. And after the way that Dorit has treated Garcelle since season 11, Garcelle has a right to whack her every chance she get because Dorit started all of this at Lisa Rinna's lip kip lunch at Crystal's house. Because I don't even
Yep.
think that Garcelle even thought that any of those things that kind of went on was even really a big deal until Dorit made it a big deal at Crystal's house. And that's where the problem started and went on. Because everybody has made jokes about Dorit being long winded and talking too much. But when
Mm.
Garcelle says it, it's a problem. And that's why I
Mm.
can't fuck. That's why I can't fuck with Dorit. So educated but uneducated and stupid at the same time.
She's a
It's just
psychopath.
it's ridiculous. It's I can't. But that's
All
it.
right. And that's
True
it. Well,
tea.
thank you, Demisio. It was good to see you. And
Yes, Dave.
we'll talk next week when the new episode drops. I am looking forward to Kyle getting everything that she's had coming for her for 14 seasons,
Absolutely, because
as
me
I
and you
know you
have
are.
that in common. We have that in
Right there.
common. We hate that Brooke Logan acted hoe. I hate her.
Bingo.
All right, babe. You have a good night.
All right,
All
thank you.
right.
Only person got a grudge longer than Garcelle with Dorit is Demisio with Brooke Logan.
Demetrio has hated Brooke
Woo!
Logan for
Hey,
years. All right, we got one more caller. He's going to close out our show. We've got Miss Durga, who has been very, very active in the chat tonight. Hello, hello. How are you doing tonight, Durga?
Peace, peace. How are you guys tonight?
Doing fantastic. As you can see, we're a little elevated. We're a little hot.
Okay,
We got some things going on.
I feel that. I
What
feel
do you
that.
got for us?
Well, the first thing I want to say is that I think the biggest issue between Kyle and Dorit is that whole Mauricio and Dorit rumor. I think that Kyle watched that season with a keen eye to try to find that, but she hasn't
Mm,
talked to Dorit about the fact that that bothered her. And
Ooh,
so,
I can see that.
love that.
I think that because that happened before the whole Kathy thing, I
Mhm.
think that's what's been bothering Kyle the most.
Ooh.
I can see that because Kyle's an insecure lady.
Hmm.
Kyle will
That's
spiral
a
over
good
the
one.
most minuscule things.
She will. And she has really bad anxiety. And she just
Girl.
sits there and thinks about things. And I honestly think that's what that whole text message was. I don't think that she was being manipulative in that moment. I actually think that she was having really bad anxiety. And she didn't know what was coming for her at that reunion from Dorit. She had
Yeah.
an idea from everyone else, but she didn't know from Dorit, and she just couldn't handle that. So that's how I feel about Kyle and Dorit. I think that we will never get what exactly is going on with them, and that's why they're bringing up really convoluted reasons for being mad at each other because they can't talk about what the real issue is, which is Mauricio.
Ooh,
Um,
I hope so. Ugh, I
I
would love.
agree with that. So we saw you tonight. Towards the beginning, you definitely were in agreement with some of the things that we were saying about the issues with Garcelle and stuff, but you made a comment where you said the reviewers are missing some nuance, and so we wanted just a little bit of that. Where was it? Just because I know that we had mentioned like Twitter and people who are watching the show. Was there something like that we had said that you wanted
No.
us to like expound on, or was it you were kind of like the Twitter sphere and the Housewives reviewers and stuff, completely
Yes.
ignoring everything? Okay, okay.
Yes. It's like the last few seasons haven't happened. Dorit has not done any of the things that she has done to Garcelle.
Oh,
And
thank
all
you.
of a sudden she is just a victim and I am perplexed. I don't understand it. Garcelle needs to keep her foot in Dorit's ass at all times. And I don't get where everyone's now like, Dorit, you need, or Garcelle, you need to be minding your business. No,
No,
I'm paid to be here.
Why?
no.
And I'm gonna and her business is my business. The same. I just will never forget because I wanted to cuss Garcelle out when she let that lady make her cry over her son.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's not
Chase wanted to cuss her out. Chase, you did not like that lady cried over what Dorit said about. Yeah, you did not enjoy that at all.
With Garcelle. If anybody been with Garcelle, roll her up. I have rolled for her on this platform. I really have. All of us have.
Yeah, I really hated that. And so now that people are like going at Garcelle, I'm like, did we forget?
Yep.
Did we forget who this is, who she's talking about? Like, even at the dinner table when she disagreed with Dorit, she had every right to disagree with Dorit because when she told Dorit about how she felt, or all of those women about how she felt, the only person who took umbrage with what she had to say was Dorit. And Dorit told her basically to get over it.
Yep. I think you put in the comments that was last year.
Mm-hmm.
That was last year.
That was last season.
That was last year.
Yep. And
that was last year.
So it's like Dorit,
and they've never made peace. If you think about every single
ever,
they never make peace. Andy's like, "Are you guys gonna be okay?" Garcelle's like, "We'll see. I don't know." They're not friends. They haven't been friends for like 4 years straight. Why are we surprised? They're never cool.
Yeah.
And every year, Dorit goes after Garcelle. So now that Garcelle has like done a preemptive strike, basically, she's the one who's in the wrong every year. Dorit comes out of nowhere.
So true.
It just comes at Garcelle.
Beating her to it. Oh, that's a good point.
Well,
that's a good point.
I was on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, that went like viral over the weekend because I posted videos and I said I had to check myself because as far as I'm concerned, after that situation with her children happened, and then, I posted a reply with Garcelle, not Sutton, but Dorit last season saying basically it's been over a year and a half. How long do you need that her foot can always be on that lady's neck and ain't nothing gonna happen? And I sat down for everybody who came in on comments. And one I might add.
Yeah. And that's why I'm really mad. I kind of don't really like, I'm not gonna say I don't like Boz, but I'm side-eyeing Boz and her 15 packs of Yaki because it's a lot of hair. She is just too quick. I mean, you can like it.
I'm so sorry. She goes, okay, girl. What else is going on? That's how you plant your feet, in your opinion. Okay, you can like it. It's not changing over here. Oh my God.
I mean, it's a lot of hair. But I just don't like how reckless she's talking in this after show. The after show to me is better than the actual show at this point.
Jarva, so you know what I was referring to, right?
Oh, she's wild.
You know what moment I was referring to, right?
Yeah. The way that
watch the after show.
Please watch it. The way that she is just really
she
all over Dorit, and and you can tell Dorit really feels like she has. Oh yeah, and you can tell Dorit feels like she really has one. And it's just like, ooh, so now you're about to be.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I was saying earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if next season Dorit really felt confident enough to actually go after Garcelle, to actively go after her if she still has Boz, because the way Boz is like hyping her up in that after show,
Mm,
I'm actually kind of disgusted
mm-mm-mm,
because you just got here, sis. You don't know
mm.
nothing. You know
Oh
Hate
absolutely
it.
nothing
God.
about what's going on. I hate this for
Oh,
you.
this makes me
Hate
sick.
it.
Oh,
Are you the help boss?
I
Because
want
that's
to
the
throw
only
up.
thing
Oh,
that's the only thing Dorit like.
Oh, well, apparently we've got some homework. Durga, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
Thank you so much for
thank
the
you.
chat. Thank you so much for joining our live chat. Durga has given us homework to watch the after show. We also are seeing a lot of people in
Yes.
the chat love saying that we need to watch the after show.
I'm telling you, when I saw her say it about Sutton, I was like, okay, I knew it. I knew something was
That's
up.
crazy. That's crazy. But all right, guys. Well,
What is
as
going
usual, when the three of us get together, we go over our time. Thank you so much for sticking with us. And it's
Over.
actually crazy. We have gained 10 viewers in the last 20 minutes when we should have been off. So people are apparently liking the foolishness. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in with us. Just know that the
on?
next couple of weeks, because of the holidays, Bravo's schedule is a little wonky. So the best way to keep up with when we're going live on these shows is to like and subscribe the page, get notifications. We try to give notifications an hour or 2 hours in advance about our shows. We are human. Sometimes we fail. Had Cortez not made this page to set that notification, y'all would have got it 15 minutes before the show. So thank you guys. Thank you to everybody in the chat. The chat has been going off. We love you guys. Kid Pretty, Sean, thank you so much. Shonique, Cheryl, to our callers, Durga and everybody's fave, Demisio, Ashley the Mocha Barbie, Leilani, Amanda K, of course, Priya. Thank you to everybody who contributed to the show tonight. We hope you enjoyed yourself.
It's
Chase,
on
Love, thank you guys so much for coming in and basically just talking mess about Kyle Richards. It has been the highlight of my week. We love you guys. We will see y'all next week. Make sure you like and subscribe, and everybody have a safe and fantastic weekend.